This is a story of how I became the ultimate healer in the Elder Scrolls Online. Maybe it's me, but healers are not glamorous when it comes to ESO. Sure, you might get a video here and there about how to heal or how to build, but nothing as epic as what I have done. If you've yet to start the Zero to Hero series, I recommend that you go all the way back to when I started my main character and make your way through that. I know, it's painful not knowing when our next episode comes out, but now that I moved my stuff to the new house and set up the gaming room, we are ready to go. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video.
Well, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Yeah, I saddled up my shoes, headed out at dawn. Ain't no place gonna hold me when the road keep rolling on. And I ain't coming back.
Oh god, what have I created this time? Look, it's no surprise that I make eccentric characters. I'm a role player after all. And if they have no meaning behind their creation, I don't want them. So why name him Steals the Panties? Well, I feel I shouldn't have to explain that. I got bitches. Bitch number 1, bitch number 2. I even got a cat bitch. Even a tall bitch. Bitches. We gotta sniff some panties back here. Steals the panties. He found me. He won't know. They won't know. I'm trying to steal some panties. Oh, caught on. He's trying to hit me. Oh, I dodged. Hold on. I gotta hit him with the emotes. I surrender. I stop sniffing panties. Stop hitting me. I paid for my sins. They caught me red-handed. I'm so sorry. And just like that, I disappeared. Alright, let's get real. I wanted an Argonian healer because back when I played on Xbox, one of my first and best characters was an Argonian, and I had to bring him back. I even made him the same base class as before, Templar. So by now, you all know that update 50 essentially killed subclassing. I know, ain't that a bitch? I saw it coming. Oh, who am I lying to? I ain't see shit. This update killed my tank from last video. Although he still works in dungeons, I will have to create a new main tank. Though my Khajiit Nightblade is an absolute menace now. Anyway, with subclassing out the window and mono mastery coming in, we now have a plethora of options. Templar in Update 50 saw a couple of changes. Class Mastery now allows for Templar to get ult gen and provide some extra team buffs via weapon damage and spell power. If you want a more in-depth view of what you should do for healing, I highly recommend going to Healer's Haven for more information. With those two masteries, plus the raw heal output, puts Templar in a good position for healing. You know how this goes. We first begin with leveling. At this point, possibly the hardest aspect of making these videos. I tend to take advantage of gear and leveling events, as normal leveling quite literally takes eons. Running Spellscar or BRP, Black Rose Prison, while unlocking dungeons and factions. Once Steals the Panties reaches level 50, we had to begin with gear. I reconstructed gear from White Gold Tower. Spell Power Cure was one of the best sets, though recently it may have taken a hit. Soon after, I had to finally find a second set for my healer, and that ended up being Powerful Assault. So, I suck at PvP, remember that? But I did accumulate some Telvar. Unfortunately, not enough for what I needed, so I used the power of Money! Good thing I'm part of a trading guild, and by farming so many hard mode dungeons and motifs, I quickly make tons of money. After buying a shit ton of powerful assault boxes, I was down a couple 100,000 gold. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for I, the great panty stealer, decided to do harder content and push my abilities further than I thought possible. Nowadays, dungeons are pretty easy, though some on hard mode add a level of difficulty. With a good group, mainly the folks from my Discord, we are plowing through the content. Seriously, the community has been great and I've met so many new people. So I advise that you join and try out content with us. Whether you're new or not, we have something for everyone, including different games that we all play. Alright, you ready for this?
Sure. So the major difference is I will just have to run my own into the light.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have to. And then the water gets bad at a time, the islands get bad at a time, sometimes it bugs out, makes both bad at the same time.
Okay. Am I supposed to have a giant minotaur dude in the middle here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Don't, Oh no, he's supposed to be behind the arena. Like Hercene?
Yeah, he's standing right where Bellarg is right now. That's where his hoof is for me.
Oh, that's not... He's supposed to be behind the arena.
Like, he's taking up... His hoof is taking up the whole play area.
That's beautiful.
Dungeon runs have been fun, but now it's time to level up. Trials. Truly, I was nervous. Let's be real here, I am a mediocre MMO player at best. Sure, I've been playing games all my life, but I'm better at shooters than I am at this. But I had a glimpse of confidence. You see, previously, I've been pushing myself to do harder and harder content with my tank. Be it with randoms or pre-made groups, I can now clear content with relative ease. Even after a couple of wipes, I quickly learn and adapt. However, this was done in 4-man groups. So what about trials? Well, I threw myself into the deep end, with a floaty of course. Oh, I should mention that with update 50 and mono classes being good and all, turns out there was a previous character I created that became a beast overnight. Me, Johnny Shrimp. Arcanist healing has been some of the most fun I've had on a healer in so long. It's just powerful, and I essentially give groups infinite major force. Though I love my panty stealer, I ended up using Johnny Shrimp the most when it came to trials, because what better way to feel confident than by using meta characters. I started with Lucent Citadel because I need gear for my DPS, you know, the next part of the series. Better to knock it out the way now than later. What better way to get an ego boost than by running a normal trial for the first time and doing a decently okay job? Yeah, I know, not anything crazy, but it did give me the confidence I needed. That, plus watching a video on the mechanics, helped me understand a bit of what I was doing.
Anyway, he channels a heavy attack, and shortly after he will jump, so that's your cue to get away from the group if you're not using the Lucian Citadel Helper add-on by Wondernuts.
Anyways, normal was perfect as it gave me a sneak peek of the shit to come. The first boss, Count Ryalaz and Zillaset, requires that you split into 2 groups to take one of each boss, both with their own mini mechanics involving the adds. For the light side, you block the burst coming down on you while not stacking, avoiding a stun. Then if you have the light on you, go to the adds and strip them of their invincibility. For the Scorpion, it's similar, but less bombs in your face. After a certain health threshold is met, you look at the mirrors in front of you, and go to the one that's glowing. You get transported to the other side, rinse and repeat. At first, I was a bit confused, but overall followed the pack and it worked out. There's like no cohesiveness here. Just wipe. Jesus Christ. Literally just wipe, there's 2 of you. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Ain't no need for mirror, we can just fucking tank and heal it, Jesus Christ. Then you conga line your way through the trial, with the next biggest obstacle being mirrors. Essentially, you flip mirrors depending on color and if they're invisible. This is a DPS job, but with pugs you always expect the worst, so you may have to run in there to get the job done. For healer, I found that I, or the other healer, was supposed to stay far from the lightning dude. That way he jumps towards us and we roll out of the AoE, and he doesn't target any of our other people. And then we just heal, rinse, and repeat. I swear, the more I did the trials, the faster I got with my reaction speeds, and understanding random mechanics. Once we got into veteran mode, it got a bit harder, but with Breton and Arcanist, I truly never felt in danger. I believe after 7 or 8 runs, I only failed 1, my greatest shame. It was during the mirrors, the group quickly fell apart due to mechanic knowledge. As for the last bit, it involves a lot of running, destroying balls, and trying not to die, with the last boss Zoran being the easiest. Don't stack lines, heal, and profit. This formula worked pretty damn well for me. Though it was brought to my attention that hard mode quickly makes these trials go from oof, it's easy, dang it's hard, to oh shit, what the hell did I get myself into? Veteran became a lot of fun, and getting my sticker book filled with meta items I want for my DPS has never felt better. I even took on new trials like Dreadsail Reef, one of my personal favorites, and Mauve Lorcage. I brought Steals the Panties after a while and realized the difference between meta healers and suboptimal races. The adjustment isn't crazy, and I was still able to get away with it. Though I did notice a mana sustain between Breton and Argonian, small differences that I just adapted to, basically weaving in a heavy attack or using potions. There comes a time when all healers run into the inevitable, people wanting meta. In my case, I was doing a veteran Lucent Citadel when all of a sudden the group I was with kept disassembling. I applied for a new group and was promptly kicked out. Now at this point, you've seen the heals and the clears. I can manage with Arcanist and Templar, but that was not good enough, and they really wanted themselves a Warden. With the new buffs that Warden healers provide, it was time that I restart on some healer grind. Welcome, Elise Le Renard, my newest meta healer. What does she bring? Warden healers and their mastery now apply chilled and major brittle. Pretty crazy. She unfortunately is made in a time where there is no XP boost, so leveling has been a pain, but I am fully expecting her to be one of the important main healer pillars of my group. Overland content, I just play on harder difficulties now, and get the XP boost. Can't wait to stack all of those XP boosts and see how many characters I can make. Anyways, let's get into why this video took forever to make. First, my job has my ass to the grindstone. Second, my brother was taken from me by Pal Worlds, which I actually also want to play, but I did want to make this video first. Third, me and my girl got addicted to Magic the Gathering. Yeah, that's a whole crazy story, but we easily spent a lot of money just on buying cards. Can't wait to get into that. 4. I moved homes and that required so much effort. Don't ever want to do that again. And right when I thought shit was getting better, Zostaff was hit with the old firing squad. Seriously, my motivation was already low, but seeing the Zost team get nuked in half hurt even more. You know me, I'm quite positive for the most part. I also speak with hope for our games because a great game means a wonderful experience, and a team that supports the products has my loyalty. Hence why I still love and support Warframe after all these years. I love you, Rebecca mommy. But this hurt so bad because the light at the end of the tunnel was getting bigger, and suddenly the tunnel collapses. A roadmap of cool changes and ideas was now put in hiatus. Will we see it happen? Can the staff survive this? And will the community continue supporting? Questions we'll find answers for later. I'll continue supporting myself and playing, but I can't lie, this made me question content for ESO. Albeit we already have reached kind of the end of this series with just DPS being left. With that said, will we ever see more ESO content on this channel? Yeah, probably. For the first time I reached high level content and it's been fun. But due to the length of time needed to make videos, I have to upload our last DPS video at a later date. Living with my partner made me realize I'm not playing as much as I once did before. So to get the necessary content, I may have to focus on other games and passions for a bit, while in the background I'm just recording and playing ESO. If you're a fan of me and my channel, expect my quality to never compromise. I want to provide the best content, and though it may not be a game you personally play, I hope you stay and continue supporting. Check back every now and then. With that said, I thank all of you and wish Zos the best. And with that, the shrimp is out.
Almost done.
Alright, this is my last pack.
Get something cool.
Mountain.
There's that Monument of Endurance. That's a crazy one. 2? No way you get 2! Back to back. What the fuck?
That's crazy.